A very good afternoon to you all. I am in Sylhet, Bangladesh today, and this is the famous Shajalal Mazar, where the 360 companions of Shajalal came from Yemen. And as you know, there is a bit more history of Shajalal Shah, which I will explain to you later. But for now, let's go and tour inside of the famous Shajalal in Sylhet, Bangladesh, and you get thousands of people that come here every single day to worship at this place. So let's go inside and let me show you a bit of Shajalal. Okay, so as you can see guys, I'm inside the famous Shajalal. On my right hand side you can see so many pigeons, and these pigeons you can't actually eat a lot of these pigeons, you see there, and you don't get any other places where you get the pigeons, but there's a story behind there. But there's a story behind there. Anyway, with me I have a young man here. He's actually a fan of mine. Bangladesh আমার মেসেঞ্জারে মেসেজ করছে না আসলে আমি সরি I couldn't meet a lot of people but তাদের মিট করছে খুব ভালো লাগছে তুমি কোন জায়গা থাকো বাড়ি কোন জায়গা
আমার বাড়ি লাখনৌতি আমরা ইউনিয়ন না আমরা গ্রাম
ওকে তে আমারে কিলা ফাইলাই তুই একটা খো কইলা
আসলে বাইরে দেখি অনলাইনে দেখি সবসময় বাইরেটা ব্লগস আছে ইউটিউবেও আমি দেখি প্লাস ইনস্টাগ্রামেও বাইরে ফলো করি বাইরে অনেক সময় সুন্দর সুন্দর ভিডিও দেখি ভালো লাগে আমার তাই ভাবলাম বাইরের সাথে একটা মিট করি অনেক সময় সব কিছু দেখি তাই ভাবলাম অত কাছের বাইরে তাইলে একটু দেখা
অবশ্য আসলে আমারও খুব ভালো লাগছে যে আমি বাংলাদেশও আইছি বিকজ আমি বাংলাদেশও বেশি আই না 10 বছরে একবার আই বা 5 বছরে একবার আই আর সবার লোকে মিটও করা যায় না আর কয়েকজনে আমার ফোন করছে বিভিন্ন জায়গা থেকে খুব ভালো লাগছে এই বাইর লোকে মিট করছে জেনে আর আমার সুন্দর লাগছে অবশ্য কিছু আমরা ফাঁকাইমু
যে আপনারা যারা বাইরে চ্যানেল সাবস্ক্রাইব করছেন না সাবস্ক্রাইব করলেন যেন অনেক সুন্দর সুন্দর ভিডিও পাইবা গ্রাম অঞ্চল কিংবা বাই লন্ডন থাকেও দেশের অনেক সুন্দর সুন্দর ভিডিও করবেন আমি দেখি ভালো লাগে ফলো করি আপনারাও যদি সাবস্ক্রাইব করবেন তাইলে ভালো লাগবে ইনশাআল্লাহ আসসালামু
আলাইকুম তাকো আমরা লগে আমরা কিছু ফাঁকাই বসবে তাকো আমরা লগে
আপনার নাম্বার পাই ঠিক আছে বাইরে আমি অ্যাড দিচ্ছি ইউকে ব্লগটা সব
So I'm going to basically enter a little museum, and here the famous Shajalal, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him the highest Jannat al-Firdaus, Amin. He's got a lot of his stuff in there. For example, he has his sword, the talwar, he has his costume, and there's a few things in there. And before I end the vlog, I'll tell you a little bit of a history about Shajalal. But I just want to show you a tour of this place. Because this place is worshipped by thousands and thousands of people that come from all over Bangladesh. A family on my left, they've actually came all the way from Dhaka. And Dhaka is about, it takes about 6-7 hours to come from Dhaka to here. So you just see how this place is. But obviously Allah is the main. You have to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the Almighty. But there are so many pious people that come all around the world. A lot of the areas I've come to is restricted areas. That's why I'm not allowed to film in so many areas. But I've just seen the famous sword of the great Shah Jalal, and there was another piece of material that he actually used to walk. But I'm going to try to show you much as I can, and they have told me not to film in a lot of places, but you know, wherever I go the camera goes. And let me keep on showing you the famous Shajalal Mazar. This place where I am, this is basically the graveyard, or if you call it the Gurustan. And it's absolutely packed because so many graves next to each other, and I don't think there's actually any more spaces here. So I don't know what they do when they need spaces. And most of the people that die nearby in Sylhet, they're buried here. I'm not allowed to show you the right. On my right is actually the famous Salman Shah, the Bangladesh superstar who died. His graveyard is on the right. And one of my uncles, he was actually buried here as well, probably about 15 years ago. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all the Muslim brothers and sisters that have all died the highest Jannatul Firdaus. Amin. And I'm going to move away from here now because I'm restricted from filming. So as you can see where I'm standing here, just behind me here, this was the original well where Shahjalal Rahmatullahi Alim, he actually used to drink his water, to have his shower bath. And this is the well, and let me show you a bit of the water there. And it's actually protected with glass. And this area here on the right, they have some fishes here, and you can't actually eat this fish. You can't eat this fish because once these fishes do die, I think they actually bury the fish. Yeah. So actually, when the fishes die, they actually do bury the fishes because it's a highly pious place. But end of the video, I will explain to you the history of this place. But let's keep on moving. খালি ও সাইনবোর্ডটা দেখি আমরা আগে দেখি তারপর ফোনটা ভিতরে মাছ দেখা যায়নি ও কিসের লাভ আমার ফোনটা ফালাই দিবা So this is another place where I'm here. It's actually a very big pond, massive pond, and most of the original fishes, they've actually been killed, and they do bury them again. And these fishes you can't eat whatsoever. And there are some fishes left, and most of these fishes are called most of these fishes are called gozar mas. So these are the gozar mas fishes. So let me just show you a little tour of this place. I just feel so nice to come here and so relaxed. There are a lot of poverty-struck people that you have to give handouts as well too, so you have to be careful. And let me just keep on showing you this place. I don't think there's much left, but let's keep on touring of the great Shahjalal Mazar Sharif. So you can see the massive pots behind me, the huge pots. Originally they used to use these pots for cooking, and the great Shahjalal Rahmatullahi Alim, there's a story behind these big pots. They actually raised from the water surface and they came up, and that's how he found it in the water surface. And now a lot of money is given here. A lot of money they actually put inside here, and whatever the money they raise, they use it for the Mazar Sharif, and so much money is raised. You can see the size of the view. And I think this dig is around 1400 years old. अच्छा वो फॉरेस्ट আমরা একটু দেখি যাও অন্যভাবে যাও যাও So here you can see, guys, so much pigeons here.
Jalali Kabutar.
And these pigeons are actually called Jalali Kabutar. And they are, again, you can't take these pigeons, or you can't eat them, you can't do nothing. After they die, they bury them again. And most of these pigeons, wherever they go, they come back here, every single one. But I don't know how they came from, but all these pigeons you can see is mainly in Shahjalal Mazar Sharif. You can see there, look, hundreds of pigeons. And that is the main masjid, where everyone comes and worships. So I'm going to try to go inside the masjid, but I want to film there. But there's not a huge amount of people today because today is Monday. Monday. Normally Friday or Thursdays you get so much people coming here. Now, as you can see, everyone, all the viewers, I'm going to be walking up there. And I've actually just done my wuzu, because without wuzu you can't go there. You have to take your shoes off. It's very important to take your shoes off. And this is the Shahjalal Mazar Sharif. And it's on the top, but I'm not allowed to film there. So let's go there and let's see how it is. And every time I come to this place, I feel really blessed.
Mahila Ibadat Khana.
And the side here, you can see all the ladies pray there. And it is segregated. So the ladies can't pray in the other area. And this is the main masjid. I'm right. So viewers, just before I finish my vlog, I'd like to give you a short history about the famous Shahjalal Mazar Sharif. At a close up. 1400 years ago in Sylhet, Sylhet was dominated by Hindu people. Majority of Bangladesh was dominated by Hinduism. 1400 years ago there was a Indian king called Gour Govinda. Yeah?
Yeah.
So there was the original Indian king called Gour Govinda, and there was no Muslims in this district of Sylhet. That time there was only one Muslim family, and if I do recall his name, tan naam kita asil?
Gour Govinda.
Na Musalman je. Ek family asil tan former agest khat. He? Burhanuddin. Yes, thank you. So there was one Muslim family called Burhanuddin, and that time his child was born, a son, and I think they were doing aqiqah. So aqiqah, when they did the aqiqah, as you know, Muslims do aqiqah, one of the piece of the meat was taken from Burhanuddin. Meat of cow, thank you. And it was actually taken to the king's Basha. So when the king's Basha came, he was very upset, very angry. He wanted to know where the meat has came from. Then he found out there's a Muslim family called Burhanuddin. So he went there and he actually chopped his both hands off. He chopped his both hands off and he actually killed the child as well, just to teach them a lesson. And that time the great Burhanuddin, he actually prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that please do something about this because of what's happened to my hands and that. That time in Yemen, there was the famous Shahjalal Shah, and he had 360 awliya companions with him, and he was given some sand or some soil, and on that soil they said wherever this soil matches, go there. So that soil, he actually traveled all around different countries, and then eventually with his 360 he came here and he found the soil that matches with Sylhet. The second part of the story, that's when Shahjalal Shah challenged the king in war. So Shahjalal Shah, he had 360 companions, and the king, he was so powerful, he had so much people. So Shahjalal Shah said to one of his companions, can you see that building there is 7 stories, Shatala? Do azan, and that building belonged to the king. So that time the companions did...
Till the Gour Govinda in front of the mosque.
Okay, that hill is actually in front of me, right in front of me. So you can't actually see it. So the hill is actually in front of me, you can't see it. So it was a 7-story basha that the Gour Govinda, the king that time of Sylhet owned. So he told his companions to do azan. When his companion did azan, the whole 7 buildings collapsed. Boom, finito. And there was only one tala left. And that's how powerful Shah was. He had so much power. Another thing, he actually wanted to cross the river. There was a river there, and at the time of the war, he needed to cross the river to fight the king. So what happened was, the king was thinking, how are these going to cross the river at that time? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he knows the best. He is the most greatest, he knows everything. At that time, the Shah Jalal and his companion, they actually walked across the river. Now, I'm new articles like
Dynamite.
Zainamaz. So sorry, Shah Shah, he actually put his Zainamaz with his companions and they actually went over the river. But anyway, they demolished the Gour Govinda king and they took over everything. And I'm just telling you much as I know and much as I've heard about these people, because I don't really know the full history, but do Google it or do search it. And that is one of the main reason all the Muslims, brothers and sisters in Sylhet are Muslims, because of Shah Jalal. Shah, all these Muslim brothers and sisters are Muslims, and it's one of the places that I always like to come to. So anyway, I'm going to end the vlog here. And Shah Jalal had a Bakna, he had a nephew, and the nephew's mazar is Shafaran. So next we'll be going to Shafaran, inshallah, and seeing the rest of it. But anyway, guys, viewers, thank you very much for watching, and please make dua for all the Muslim brothers, and do visit this place when you come to Sylhet. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.